Soon. Then we'll see if we can find our landing spot. There's the fog. We always find it though. We always come out of the fog. See if we can find our takeoff. There it is. Boy, we look like we're deep in the weeds today. All right, get the engine spinning. Motors are all spinning up. Got a home point update, and we're off to the races. Hello, everybody. Well, this is a DJI Mini 2 late April flight. It is about, I would say close to 65, it's about 62 degrees, I guess. We're headed due south. We're flying in one of the park areas. We thought we'd take the Mini 2 up. Her name is Peggy Sue. She's named after Buddy Holly's Peggy Sue. And we're flying due north, and we're just going to take her out for a short flight. She's like her sister, the Mini 3 Thelma Lou. Likes to get a little wind up her skirt every once in a while, so we're out to the races today. We're going to drift to the right here a little bit. We are just out checking the greenery today, seeing what we can see. Things have greened up real nicely here in this area. And green is becoming the predominant color over the brown and grays that were in a lot of my flights in January and February and March. So this won't be a real long flight. We're just testing out, making sure that she still has her flying wits about her. As usual, she skewered the view a little bit to the right, which is the DJI way. I did not recalibrate, but we're in normal mode now, probably flying about 20 miles an hour. And things are starting to green up and look pretty nice out. I haven't seen very many wild turkeys. Usually I see some wild turkeys out in this area. This is turkey season, though, in our area, so it don't take them long to get wise and get back in the woods. As you can see the horizon there, you can tell we're just a little bit off, but not too bad. We're going to fly up here a little ways, and like I said, we're going to drift off to the right here, try to make us a big old circle. Wanted to peep to the left. You can see the shadow of that cloud at the top of the screen, that dark area. It's a nice puffy cloud floating by, throwing a shadow down there. Very, very busy day in the city. A lot of stuff going on, so I'm just south of the main crunch downtown area. There's another shadow from another cloud hanging around. So we'll rotate here. Have not seen any turkeys or deer out in the last week or two. Usually I see a lot of them this time of year. Okay, I see where this guy has done some work. He's done some tractor and backhoe work in this area. I don't know if he's putting in a garden or what he's putting in there, but he's definitely opened up that area quite a bit. So we're going to go to the right. We're going to follow that road, the side of that road there, and flying just north of where I usually fly at, the usual pattern, but we'll cut back across, make our loop. Just a beautiful day for flying. The winds today during this flight, they were about 15 miles an hour, and sometimes a little bit more than that, but didn't have any problems as long as I was flying with the wind or had the wind kind of to my starboard side. But once I turned into the wind here, in which I am going now, the forward momentum dropped down quite a bit. And I'm in normal mode here. Boy, there's a nice, beautiful pool there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? dip a toe in there for sure. We'll come up this road. Usually I see a lot of turkeys in this area, but none today. I did not see any today. We'll get back up over here over the woods here shortly. Like I've told you before, I like flying in the fall, in the winter and the very early spring better than I do the summer, just because the land, it shows more to me. You know, the paths that the animals take through the woods and stuff like that, and through these big fields. Over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years they've been doing this, and it's just neat to be able to see all that from the air. Okay, I think that is a gas line, pipeline right away there. And we're going to fly over it. Then we're going to come up, and I believe there's a couple small lakes up here owned by the Midwest Research Institute is what I think it is. We'll be coming up on them pretty soon. I've told you guys I've flown kind of over this area before. They grow all kinds of weird stuff for supplements and do all kinds of stuff there on quite a bit of land there. I don't know exactly how much land they own, but they got a lot of it. A lot of houses and areas back up in here. So it looks like they've got two lakes here, one smaller pond. It looks like it's pretty low, and then they've got the bigger one. It looks like it's still doing well. And if you look to the right, you can see all that greenhouse area and stuff where they've got stuff growing there on the right side of the screen, on the upper right. Like I said, they grow herbs and all kinds of stuff. Just weird stuff. I'm not exactly sure what else goes on there. But we're going to go over this. Actually, this lake looks a little bit low too. You can see where its normal water line is, and it's down several feet. So we have not had that much rain this spring. So most of the lakes are down a little bit. But everything, we had a rain last week, a little bit. Everything is starting to green up. I'll tell you one thing, the ticks are out in the woods. I was out there, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and boy, I got several on me. So if you're going to go out, just be careful. Make sure you take precautions. I've had friends that have contracted Lyme disease. In fact, one of them passed away at 58 years old. So nothing to fool with, that's for sure. Now, I haven't figured that out yet. They're growing something there, my guess is. Your guess is as good as mine. Can't tell you what they're doing there. And let's go. That used to be an old shooting range right there. Law enforcement shooting range years ago. They don't use it anymore. And we'll just skirt the side of this road here. A little bit to the right of the road. Not flying over it, flying to the right of it. And we'll follow it up here, and right up here we'll come into three houses. The middle house is owned by a very good friend of mine. In fact, right after I shot this video, I stopped by and saw him for a little while, and his wife. They're just super good people. Couldn't ask for better friends. And we're going to drift up here, and I'll show you their place in a little while. Okay, coming up to this first residence. I don't see any deer. Sometimes I'll pick deer out in these little clear cuts, but I haven't seen any there either. Okay, not this house, but the next house that property that we're going to pass over is owned by my buddy. Right there. He built that house himself by hand, by himself. One heck of a carpenter, I'll tell you that. But I stopped by and talked to him just a few minutes after I made this film recording. It's not on film anymore. And we're going to drift south a little bit more and come up to our Elks Lodge. And a lot of people at our lodge today. We're having the regional shuffleboard tournament championships there. People come from all around, many states to participate. And we got trailers parked all around the lodge and everything. And they stay there for 3 days or so, participating in the tournament. So we'll let them have at it. And nobody out on our deck. And we'll head back over the wildlife area, the park area. Now we're catching a little bit of speed. We got the wind blowing at Peggy Sue's back, and she's making some time now. Usually I see some kind of animal out in the field, mostly turkeys and deer in this field here. This field right here with the cedar pop up, that's a bedding area for deer. They like getting in there and bedding a lot. We have managed bow hunts in that area and kick a lot of deer out of there when I'm walking in. But boy, the ticks are thick in there this year. Whew. Stick to the trails right now because you get off in the woods, buddy. You better have someone that knows how to look for ticks on you because you get those little seed ticks. You can't hardly ever get them out of your hair and stuff and find them all. Okay, we're coming up on a lake little pond that I fish for catfish in and channel cat. Usually it's pretty good, but I can see that the water is just full of moss. That's the way that lake is. I'd say 80% of the time it's like that. And it's hard. It's still good fishing, but you're going to pull up a ton of moss every time you go there. It's more trouble than it's worth, so I don't fish it that much anymore. Okay, coming back up the side of the road here towards our takeoff spot. And as we do, we're bringing her down. We're losing altitude. Just a real nice flight. Like I said, just on a pretty windy day, we got the wind with us now, 15 to 20 miles an hour. It has slowed down to about 10 to 15 by the time I made this loop. So very, very manageable with the Mini 2. She just has no problem with that at all. In fact, she handles the wind just about as good as the Mini 3 does. Just about as good. I like flying her. She's got better range than my Mini 3 has. So here we come back in. We're losing altitude. We're going to stop right here, hit the brakes, hit the air brakes. Let's spin to the right, and we're going to back her down to her landing mat. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little flight. Wasn't very much, wasn't very long, but let you see what the landscape's starting to look like in late April. There's that skewer on the horizon, the little DJI tilt a little bit, as you can see, but one of these days I'll recalibrate that and get rid of that, or I can do it in flight if I stop and take care of the gimbal in flight. So anyway, treat each other the way you want to be treated. That golden rule is still the best way to go. It's always good to be treated like you want to treat others, like you want yourself treated. So take care. We'll get a chance. We'll post some more stuff pretty soon. Fly safe if you fly. Ride safe if you ride a motorcycle. Drive safe if you drive that cage out there. We'll talk at you later. Have a great spring and be safe. Here we go. She's found out right where she wants to land. See ya.